Sala Maleco, Maleco Sala, this is Tata Matamba. Today we're doing a video on why we say Sala Maleco and Maleco Sala when we greet each other, right? I have heard many things, and I encourage you to explore and conduct your own research to form your own conclusion on this topic. Now, what I have heard and my experience and the research I have done upon this topic, I have three fountains of knowledge or sources. One could be the Zulu speaking tribes of Central and Southern Africa. The second is the Arab Muslim slave trade, and the third, the Limba tribe. All these three can influence on why we say the greeting Salam Aleikum, Alaikum Salam. So let's go ahead and get into the first one. The Zulu speaking tribes, right? Good day in Zulu. It said Sala Maleco. Goodbye in Zulu, right? It said Sala Kale. I have heard people say that this is the reason why we say Salam Aleikum. It is believed that it's a similarity in sound between the word Salam Maleco is what led to the phrase being used and passed down over the years, especially during the time of the slave trade when people were brought to Cuba. This is a possibility. I've heard many people say that. I lean more towards the Arabic or the Arab Muslim slave trade and the Limba tribe, but this can be a possibility. I encourage you guys, to do a little bit more research, so you guys can define that for yourself. Now, let's get into the Arab Muslim slave trade. The Trans-Sahara slave trade, also known as the Arab Muslim slave trade, was a significant historical event that occurred in Africa before, during, and after the transatlantic slave trade. One prominent figure from this era was Tibu Tip, who acquired slaves from the Congo region. And, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a picture of Tibu Tip, and he was a very predominant figure within the slave trade in the Congo and his connections, to the slave trade within the east of Africa. And this is the picture of him. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull up a picture so you guys can understand both slave trades. You see, you have the east of Africa, and then you have the west of Africa and Central Africa, and how the transatlantic slave trade, right, is the blue, and then the Eastern slave trade, or the Arabic or Arab Muslim slave trade, is more towards the red or the pinkish color, right? And they were hand in hand to each other. But the first slave trade, right, before the transatlantic, was the Arab Muslim slave trade, and their way of life influenced obviously those slaves, and that's why we can use the word Salam Alaikum, Alaikum Salam as greetings in that sense. Now let's go ahead and get into the third, right? The Limba tribe. So the Limba tribe holds Jewish traditions and roots, which when they were enslaved and dispersed across the world, including Cuba, had a significant influence on the development of Palo. One notable Limba slave, his name is Sebastian Limba, played a pivotal role in the rebellion in present-day Dominican Republic. Right, so these people were enslaved and brought across all over the world. The ones that could come to Cuba, they could influence, and this is an actual picture of him, the memorial they have for him there in Dominican Republic. The Limba tribe are descendants from Jews and have very similar customs, and one is the way that they greet, right? They say shalom, which means peace. Like, it sounds like shalom, salam alaikum, or malaikum salam. It means that. So hopefully, that this video, can give you guys a little bit more information of why us Paletos always saying salam alaikum, alaikum salam. To sum it all, it has to do with the slave trade. And, the Arabic or the transatlantic, either or, and the way that, those Abrahamic religions, or in reality they're masters or slavers, right? The way that they enslaved and they influenced the slaves and the new world where they came to. Very important, right? So I'll go ahead and leave you guys with and Singa di kana ninga katu bukako. Always uphold our traditions by making the right decisions for our tradition. If you have any questions or remarks, please leave them in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for your time.